how to improve your mental health. All right. Now, mental health, it goes into a lot of different directions, right? Anxiety, depression, all these different things come from a mental standpoint. And if we can get our minds back on track, our bodies will fall in line. Our depression will go away. Our anxiety will go away. And we'll be able to get healthier that much easier. All right. Now, why is our mental health so important? Well, because our bodies and our minds are connected. And if our minds aren't in the right mental state, our bodies aren't going to be in the right physical state. It's going to be difficult, very difficult for us to get healthy, for us to be very vital, for our fitness to be where it needs to be. All right. Now, with these 6 ways I'm about to give you, you'll be able to improve your mental health. You'll be able to improve anxiety. You will be able to improve our depression and begin to live a better life without having to go to the guys in the white coats and get prescribed a whole lot of Skittles. All right, we don't have to do that. We can leave that to the side. Right now, I know there are extreme cases where people really do have mental issues where they need to go see a doctor, need to go see a psychiatrist, and need to be prescribed different medications. I understand that. But for the average person who is going through a little anxiety, going through a little depression, and their mind isn't where it should be, these 6 ways can improve your state very drastically. All right. Now, number one, one of the main problems is, we are eating too many junk foods. All right. We have to leave the fried chili peppers alone. We have to leave the hot Cheeto fries in Walmart. All right. We have to leave the glazed rhinoceros donuts alone. We have to leave all these boxed foods and bagged foods alone. It's okay to eat junk food and have cheat meals and stuff like that, but when our diet is primarily junk foods, then we're going to get very depressed. We're going to have a lot of anxiety. Our mind isn't going to work the way that it should work. So we have to limit the junk food that we eat. That's number one. All right. Number 2 is we have to stop eating right before we go to sleep. All right. Right before we go to sleep. Now, there is a misconception about when we're trying to lose weight. It's a conception that we have to eat. We can't eat after 7 o'clock, which is completely bullshit. You can eat whatever time of the day, because guess what? We have people who work, graveyard shift, and you're telling me they can't eat after 7? No, it's complete bullshit. So what we have to do is not eat 30 minutes to an hour before we go to sleep, because when we do that, our body is in a state of digestion and we can't get the proper rest. We can't get the proper sleep, and we can't get the proper rest that we need to have our brains work the right way when we wake up in the morning. That's why we feel groggy. That's why we feel bad. That's why we don't feel good the next day. So if you eat at night super late, go for it, but make sure you give yourself time to digest that food, 30 minutes to an hour before you go to sleep. All right. So that will definitely have a change on how you feel the next day. All right. Number 3 is we want to stop putting other people before us. All right. We want to start putting ourselves first. There's an old saying and a very good saying. That we can't fill someone else's cup if our cup is empty. We want our cup to be overflowing. All right. So we always think that we put ourselves first we're being a bad person. I'm a bad person. I put myself first. You should put other people before you. It's completely wrong. All right. We want to put ourselves first because we are the most important person in our lives. And when our cup is full, we can give to others and we can be much happier about that. All right. So you want to put yourself first. Always put yourself first. You are number one. Remember that. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a care. All right. Now, number four. We're getting through this list. All right. Number four. What you want to do is make sure that you are getting at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. A lot of people know that we're supposed to get about 8 hours of sleep, but sometimes we say that we can't get that. Our schedule is too much. We work too much. We can't get that much sleep. I can only get 3 hours. Well, what's more important? Your health, your well-being, your mental state, or getting that, waking up super early and going to that meeting, opposed to rescheduling that meeting so you can get that sleep, so you can get that rest. All right. Stop waking up so early if you know you didn't get enough sleep that night, or start going to sleep early, opposed to watching Umbrella Academy on Netflix all night, binge watching, Stranger Things all night. Put down the Netflix, put down the Hulu, and go to sleep and get some more rest. All right. Our bodies need at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep. 7 on the lower end, 9 on the high end. All right. And there's a psychiatrist by the name of Matthew. I can't remember his last name, but he wrote a book called Sleep Smarter. And in that book, he says, in all the research he's done, that if you get less than 7 hours of sleep, cancer-causing agents can start to accumulate in the body. So it's very important, all right? So sleep is very, very important. Number 5 or number 6, right? Number 5 is you want to make sure you're getting the right supplementation, all right? Especially if you're vegan. If you're watching this, of course you are plant-based. So you want to make sure you get the B12. Make sure you're absorbing B12. Make sure you get omega-3s, all right? Make sure you're getting iron and a multivitamin as well. But for this video specifically, there are 2 supplements that you can use for depression and anxiety and mental health, which is, number 1 is GABA, and number 2 is 5-HTP. And what those 2 things do is help the neurotransmitters in our mind, which when the neurotransmitters are activated, we get blasted with serotonin and dopamine and all these happy chemicals, right? Dopamine is the addictive chemical in our brain that makes us get addicted to different things, all right? That's our happy chemical. Serotonin is the happy chemical. And if you're depressed or not in a good state, that means the serotonin is very low. So doing these supplements, GABA and 5-THP, can increase the neurotransmitters to help produce more serotonin, all right, and more GABA and things like that to help you be in a more positive and happy mood throughout the day, all right? So you don't have to be whining all day, all right? So last but not least, number 6 is you want to be fueling yourself, all right? You want to fuel yourself. You don't want to go through your life with a cup half empty, all right? You want to be fueling yourself. What does that mean? Fueling yourself with the right foods, fueling yourself with the right people around you, fueling yourself with the right environments, fueling yourself with the right input, the right visual things that you watch on TV, things that you listen to, the images and the words that you let into your mind. You want to be fueling yourself with the right things and limit the wrong things, all right? With nutrition, of course, it's okay to eat a donut every once in a while. It's okay to eat some chips every once in a while. But if that's primarily your diet, you're going to feel very, very bad and terrible, right? So you have to be fueling yourself with the right things. is very important and very vital for your mental state. And once your mental state is intact, it's very easy to get healthy. It's very easy to get fit. It's very easy to make sure all of these things are in place, all right? So those are 6 ways that you can improve your mental health without going to the white coat guy and getting prescribed a whole bunch of Skittles, all right? We don't need that. Okay? We don't need that. Now, if you are in a position where you're trying to lose weight, get healthy, and get fit, I want you to click the link below and schedule a free consultation call with me. It's completely free, no strings attached. On that call, we go over your goal, what's holding you back from your goal, in a good strategy to help you get to your goal and get you in the right direction, all right? So, if this video was any value to you, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. This is Justin, signing off with Fuel Yourself International. Peace.